Hello everyone, Lori Marie here, mixed media artist in Vallejo, California. I hope everyone is safe. I hope everyone has shelter in place. And I hope everyone is wearing a mask when they go outside. These are my Freedom masks. I love them. I've been busy making them for days now and sending them all over the world. So that's really, really fun. So thank you for the support on that. And thank you for taking care of yourself. I have a few things I want to talk to you about. One thing is about keeping safe and honoring that wearing a mask might be a good idea. I am no authority on that, but I know it's a good idea. Second, this video that I am presenting to you today was in two parts, and my computer disk was full and would not accept it. So when I was deleting movies, videos, I of course deleted the majority of the first one. So the first one is making the doll's head with paper clay, the doll's head and the heart. And, well, it doesn't exist. So I'm not going to let that stop me. We're going to go forward and go ahead and make the body together out of an altered book. So any doll head will work. There are, you take a ball of paper clay, and what I did is I put it on a styrofoam egg to give me the original shape. I put a bamboo skewer in the head, and I used that to stabilize her head as we move through and create the body. And for the heart, I just rolled it into a snake and doubled it over and created the heart and a little piece of armor on the front of the heart. And it was paper clay, so I baked it in the oven at 200 until it dried. And it was hard. And you can sand that if you want. I painted the doll's face with gouache, which I have come to appreciate. It's an Arteza product that they sent me to try, and I love it. And I hope to be able to play with that more. So that being said, that's where the second part comes in. First part didn't make the cut, or it did get cut, however you want to look at that. And the second part is creating the body out of the altered book. So that's what this video is about. Next, I want to say that I've had to make a lot of silent videos because my creative time is from 3 a.m. until 8 a.m. Those are my hours. That's my pocket of time that I can play on the table. My dad gets up at 8, and then all bets are off for the day. So I'm spending all that time with him once he gets up. So a lot of the videos are silent. I do apologize for that, but I am not going to stop creating the videos just because I can't talk. So, and I did talk in this one. We'll see how that works in a quiet morning voice. So that being said, I have one more thing actually two more things I want to touch base on. One of them is I grab 5 minutes of time in the studio sometimes, like if he's in the bathroom for 5 minutes, I run to the desk and I play for 5 minutes. And or if he's napping for 20 minutes, I run in and I play for 20 minutes, if I can. There's a lot of other household duties that need to take place. But my point is, we can create the time to create for ourselves. We can create that time to take care of ourselves. So I'm just passing that along, that I'm not going to let this stop me. And the last thing is, we are over 25,000 subscribers strong on YouTube, so thank you for your support around that. It's been absolutely amazing. And so I'm having a purge giveaway. I'll pick a winner and send a box off to you. It has to be in the States, though. It gets too expensive to send it all over the world. I'm sorry for that. But any place in the United States, I will send a box of purged items from in my studio. And but there's a game that we play. There's always a little game that we play so that you can put your name in the hat. And so I used some upholstery brads in the healer in her body. And I want you to tell me how many I used. Okay? So in a comment, if you want to join in on the drawing, the possibility to be drawn for a purging box from LMJ's studio, tell me in the comments how many of the upholstery brads I used. Okay? All right, long-winded. These are some things that I've meditated on and I wanted to talk to you about. Art is the universal healer, and I am grateful for art, and I am grateful for you. So, see you on the table. Masks on when you go outside. Oh, this was so much fun. Old book, washer, typewriter key, 3 hinges, corrugated cardboard with rust paste, paper clay face, yarn. Thank you, Judith. This is from Shelley. Thank you, Shelley. I can't remember who sent me these. They came with a bunch of wire and stuff. I may have gotten them from Leslie. Anyway, dreads, beautiful dreads, earrings, a little bit of lace around here, paper clay heart, brass tacks on the back, and she stands up perfectly. She is the healer. Good afternoon. I have to do so much of my video recording before the house wakes up, mainly my dad. And, oh, it's nice to talk. So nice to talk. All right, this book has, it's not a very old book, but it's the size that I want, and it's the title that I want. So, let's see. This book has many pages. 344 pages. So I'm going to go to the center, which would be 178, something like that, maybe. And I'm going to split the book in half. And I'm going to glue these pages together and clip that very tightly and put my rice bag on here. We'll start there. I'm going to put a generous coat of Mod Podge on the first half of the book. One thing I can tell you about my art is I never really have a plan. I have a starting idea, but then I wing it after that. I'm not quite sure exactly where it's going to go. So it's always a surprise for you and for me. I'm going to put some Mod Podge on the back here. Give it something to glue to. I'm just doing that to give it a clean page. I did pull out a couple of the images that I thought were intriguing. So the book's going to close like that. So I'm going to clamp it. I have it all nice and clamped tight. Put my rice bag on there and let that dry. Good morning. It is dark o'clock. My dad is sleeping, but I'm going to try to talk to you in a quiet morning voice. So I'm going to take the clips off. Let's see how we did. So the book is very sturdy. By just putting the Mod Podge around the edge, that makes me very happy. And we're going to bring our little gal in. make a little groove here. That's the heart. I haven't painted it yet. Too excited. So just make a little groove there. Or do we want her neck down in? I think we're just going to go with that. That'd be good. So I'm going to cut a notch here for that stick. Alright, so I have a notch there. I'm going to cut the stick down. Good. Now I'm going to glue the other half of the book. Not the cover though. All of these pages, I'm going to close that up, glue those in place, and clamp it. I'm going to put her in there as a space holder so that that glue doesn't get crazy. And it's too big to clamp, so I'm doing it the good old-fashioned way, and I'm going to sit on it. So I put her head on the book. I'm going to decide where this hole is going to be and how big. I'll make a little template for that. So I'm going to say that's a pretty good placement for the heart. And I'm just going to start cutting that hole. Alright, I've dug as deep as I would like, or am I tolerant for. And I'm going to take some sandpaper and I'm just going to go around the inside edges here, smooth it out a little bit. Now it doesn't have to be super smooth because the Mod Podge is going to secure it in place. And I'm just cleaning up all the little bits and pieces of paper. This is one of the images that came out of the book. So I'm just going to put that back in. Generous amount of Mod Podge on the cut pages. And I'm going to sit on my book to keep it flat. I've cut this out about the size of that. We're going to sand the edges, curl the corners, clip the corners. I'm going to paint the inside with a watered down ochre. I'm going to bring my sandpaper in and go around the edges of that cut area. And I'm going to grunge up all the edges with my sandpaper. We'll turn a new looking book into an old looking book. Now this is feeling very weak, so I'm going to take that apart. I have some watered down Van Dyke brown hue. I'm going to bring the door in and sand the edges and the front. So I've resanded the front cover a little bit, sanded down the door. We're just going to go around the door's edge a little bit. Grunge up the inside of the door a little bit. I'm going to put some tacky glue here, seal up the book, and sit on it. I'm going to install some hinges. Make a starter hole just with a big safety pin. I have this piece of corrugated cardboard that I'm going to cut. It's corrugated cardboard with the rust paste on it. That was in my inventory. Alright, I cut the wings. I'm going to put some hot glue here. I'm going to nail them on later. I'm going to put some hot glue on her neck. Hot glue in the hole in the book. She's amazing. I have a washer here, and I have a typewriter key. I'm going to put that down there. Thank you, Shelley, for this. And I'm going to put the words, the reader, on the door, kind of haphazardly. So I originally had this say, the reader, but then I came and sat down at my desk and I saw the healer, and the healer makes much more sense to me than the reader. I'm going to just go underneath and above the letters with my Stabilo and give it a spit and smudge, because I am a spit and smudge girl. So I'm going to paint this part of the heart black. It's almost like the protection of the hole in the heart. And we'll let that dry. I have these very cool brass tacks, upholstery tacks. And what I'm going to do is I am going to hammer these down into the wings. Maybe 4 on each side. I'm going to put some gold dots on that black shield. I'm going to go hammer her wings on, and she is done. So it's the end of the day and we're losing light, but here is our project for today. All right, your turn. Go create, go play, go have fun.